All right.
Traveling to Dorado.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third round of AvoCoC. With me as a caster alongside GameDuck. GameDuck, my good man.
Yes.
Hello.
It is I.
It is
The
GameDuck.
ultimate ducks, yes. The best duck around.
The duck of all ducks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today we're having the newly repositioned D&D team facing off against Fresh Oranges.
Yes. So we have D&D in blue and Fresh Oranges in red.
Correct.
Just to clarify that. Right, and now Drunk and Disorderly have stolen 2 of my players, so I'm going to be watching them and heavily criticizing them.
Alright. Also, everybody listening, we're trying to raise some money for God Cream Pie's Wacom tablet, because that guy's a talented motherfucker. So please feel free to donate when you can.
We need him to draw high quality hentai for everyone to watch.
Exactly. So after this first round, I'm going to be posting the link. Alright, everybody seems to be taking the high ground. Ballinator on Reinhardt. Interesting you're playing a Reinhardt on Dorado.
Yeah, we've got the Bastion attack strategy so far. Whether or not that's going to stick, I'm not sure. But yeah, so currently we got a Diva Rhine, which is not something you see every day. Just sort of Farah Mercy as well, obviously, because Stel wants to run that Mercy there. So we've got a kind of sort of a comp that's between 2 metas, it would seem, on defense here. But
a tale of 2 metas, one would say.
Yes, yeah. As far as offense is concerned.
Ooh, Magikarp getting sneaky on the side. Look at that.
Yeah, I think. Oh, right, there's the Bastion swap. So we've got a fairly standard dive.
Cat, get out of the way.
Enemy seen.
Straight away, Fresh Oranges pushing straight out, just getting on the cut.
Damage increase.
Mercy's going in, doesn't really find anything. Mercy's taken down already, Stel goes down and he's in. Mercy's just going in, sort of trying to split him up. Gets pinned, however, and taken out fairly quickly by Ballinator. However, the rest of the team sort of follows in to try and pick up. We have our Genji with Mercy on him, pushing in. McCree's been split off from the rest of his team, so it'd be interesting to see if Polygon could capitalize on this. But Magikarp's got him pinned in the left side. B-Boy shows up to back him up. Gets split and taken out by Magikarp, however. Meanwhile, Fresh Oranges are able to push the cut up to the choke point. Now it's going to come down to who will win this team fight while it's down there.
Magikarp gets taken out by Interface. What a nice shot.
Interface pushing up the left side and they're just getting it coming down. Flaming Day split from the team. And
taking out the Ana.
By Polygon. Yep.
Going in the back line.
That was getting focused next, and Fresh Oranges are all over this, just pushing in, taking them out one by one. Drunken Disorderly are just getting pushed back and split, and it looks like right now Fresh Oranges are just going to be able to push up as they see fit.
Magikarp coming in over the top.
Yeah, coming in to sort of get on there, get a little bit of a stall, but right
That's
now...
right, look at that suppressive fire from Magikarp, that's beautiful. But he needs his team, otherwise he's going to get screwed.
Not really getting much done, and Fresh Oranges are able to really push it in for the first point. Be interesting to see now whether Drunken Disorderly are able to get up to the high ground and get into good position.
Because I've always found that this is a very interesting alleyway, this little bit between Dorado. This is the game maker, right at this point. This little bit between this point and the other point seems to be the deciding factor.
Generally, you'll see that teams will want to sort of back up, let them push through here and take the high ground advantage. But because Ballinator's set up with that Reinhardt, they've got a nice position able to just stand there at the choke. Notice how Demetius has switched off Winston and gone on to Widow, and Interface has taken it off him. So they're basically just, Fresh Orange is just looking to push up straight through choke here. Ballinator's getting forced back, the shield does go down, and is forced to charge, doesn't find anything, but backs up. Drunken Disorderly getting forced back without being able to do much here, while Magikarp and McCree go for the flank, trying to see what they can get from the left side, but it doesn't seem like they're getting much done right now. A huge shatter comes in, Tain's down too, and Wahoo guy's taken down by a charge from Ballinator, but in the meantime, Polygon finds the ult on Ana, while Interface also finds the ult on Steph. So both supports have gone down for Drunken Disorderly.
Oh, there comes the res.
Out from B-Boys.
Reinhardt taken out quite early into that.
Grimhilda goes down also. Notice how Magikarp and Kree are completely split from their team on the left side, and it looks like Oranges have figured out where they are and are trying to push them and get the stagger really going here. Not much in terms of contesting really going on. Seems that Fresh Oranges has just sort of had free reign, and the stagger does come in, taking down Magikarp.
Ooh, what a shot! Demetrius takes out the Ana.
Keeps going. The self-destruct is in, not finding anyone. All it does is serve to feed Maledictus. Why do people have heartbeats? I swear. This isn't fair. I don't have a mouth, I only have a bill. I can't pronounce complex things.
He is a game duck.
There's too many syllables. The barrage is in, taking out Big Boys and Demedius, but not really getting much else done, as Fresh Oranges are able to just keep their momentum going here. Pollinator's trying to get the shield up, but it's getting busted fairly soon. He's forced to back off. Drunken is sorely just going to regroup right now. Meanwhile, Polygon is sort of having free reign to get in as he pleases. We have lots of ults up as far as Fresh Orange is concerned. Greenhill is taken down, but Interface is caught in a little bit deep and also taken down by McCree. Lots of ults up both sides. Be interesting to see sort of what gets played down here. We have a res on both ends of the spectrum, so both teams could really turn this fight around depending on how it goes. Meanwhile, Widowmaker and Polygon are just setting up on the high ground, getting that free reign, and the pick is found by Mr. I can't pronounce his name, Demedius, taking out Flaming Days.
Good shot there by McCree, taking out the Widowmaker.
However, Stell does go down, so no res is up. Polygon's found out position, but goes up
and there goes the grab.
In, and the Dragon Blade not finding anyone at all. Meanwhile, Bolinator is split behind the enemy lines, sort of coming into getting the picks he needs. Wahooga is saved by a bubble. B-Boys gets the res off before he's taken down. Interface is having a nap in the corner, but it looks like he's back. While Magikarp's having free reign up in the air to span down. Greenhill finds the pick on Wahooga. And meanwhile,
there comes a second
a huge res coming in from Stell, keeping the momentum going here. Meanwhile, we only have one ult up as far as Drunken Disorderly is concerned. Almost getting towards Infrasight for Fresh Oranges, and Interface does have his ult if he needs to pop it, but right now it looks like we're just seeing a general team fight. The Anarult is out on Magikarp, able to find the pick on B-Boys, which is incredibly strong, and it looks like Drunken Disorderly are pushing Fresh Oranges back in general. Maledecyte's trying to escape and actually appears to have found a way out, but depending on... Yes, he does escape with high energy as well, so that's definitely going to benefit Fresh Oranges as they come into this next
Now here comes the second push. They need to regroup and make sure they're nice and together. Interesting how the Genji's going on the left.
Early on Magikarp. Yeah, huge pick found on Magikarp fairly early. Polygon's not really close to ult, so he isn't going to be able to find much work to do here, especially with Grim up top and McCree there. Flaming Days is taken down left side. Stell almost abandoned.
Oh, there goes the Mercy. Hammers in. Oh, taken out by Poly.
Everyone's taken out, so there is no follow-up on that as far as it's concerned. B-Boys has res up. Stell is getting close. Magikarp comes in with a barrage, but doesn't find anything, and it looks like the cart is getting pushed while Grimhilda's just sat out in left field, not even aware of it. Pretty clean.
That was textbook. That was textbook.
It could have been slightly better in times, but that was one team fight Fresh Oranges lost, so it was pretty much a free push the whole way there. They're going to be feeling very strong off that.
See, that's the thing when it comes to escort maps, in my opinion. It's all about that momentum. Like, more so than 2CP. 2CP is great, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to needing that powerful momentum, that's where, you know, escort maps are kind of the bread and butter of.
I think escort maps, the momentum helps to a certain extent, but it's sort of like you shouldn't give them that momentum as a defending team. Generally, what you'll see is that teams that fail to properly reset, as we saw Drunken Disorderly constantly having one or two players just out of left field getting picked off, they weren't able to, they never said to themselves, right, let's not go, let's reset. It was constant, just they walk into team fights with 4 or 5 people and just get taken out. So it's almost as if Fresh Oranges just were able to keep the momentum constantly, just not necessarily because they were using that momentum to win team fights, but more so the fact that Drunken Disorderly were almost giving them free team fight wins just by not regrouping.
And if you hear very carefully, you can hear the sound of More Than a Feeling playing. It's more than a feeling.
I think Drunken Disorderly are going to be having some bad feelings as far as they're concerned.
Hey-o.
Because right now they have a big time to beat. I mean, 2 minutes 28 is not huge, but it's big enough that it's going to be getting them sweating, especially considering how difficult they found each and every team fight. So interestingly enough, we're seeing a Roadhog Zarya composition coming out from Drunken Disorderly. Interesting to see sort of what they're going to get done with that. They're running, not running Fire Mercy this time, instead running 2 flankers with a Roadhog and a Zarya. As far as defense is concerned, Interface on Winston, Maledicite on Zarya, very actually almost identical to what they had on offense.
They completely forget about the Widow on the right-hand side.
Yeah, right now, Demedius is getting taken pretty low, but still in a position to get the picks that he needs to. Sort of backing up to his team and just looking to get things done there.
I've got my camera here on Grim, who's steadily moving.
Taken out. Bolinator is pushing Maledicite, who's dropped down away from his team, but Polygon does come to back him up while Interface goes in for the pick on Stell, but is forced to also back up to cut. Stell, however, is taken down by Polygon. Meanwhile, a big purple on Interface, but he's able to just push straight into Bolinator, and he is able to escape, but they're getting a lot of ult charge. Interface already on 50%. Meanwhile, Fresh Orange is sort of looking very stuck up on this
Oh,
part.
nice shot there by the Demetrius.
It's a huge pick, taking out Grimhilda. Well, meanwhile, it looks like it's going either way. Drunken Disorderly seem to have domination as far as the cart positioning is concerned. However, Widow is remaining completely uncontested up on the high ground.
Yeah, that's just something
down.
you need to get out. I mean, I understand that sometimes if you have a bunch of tanks, it's not going to be a bit of a problem. But the fact of the matter is, if you have something like that, even with a poke damage, that's going to be a real big problem.
Yeah, and notice how Bolinator, I think, yeah, he's gone back to switch already, just quickly realizing how little he can get done with the Roadhog. Meanwhile, Interface is pushing in quite deep into enemy territory, but Fresh Orange is following up. However, the res is in from Lord Stealth. Bolinator does get taken down after going a little deep, and right now Drunken Disorder are looking in a pretty bad position, not even able to...
What a shot there! Taking out Magikarp.
The Pulse Bomb is in on Interface, but it isn't quite able to take him down, especially with the Bionade, and he's taken up fairly quickly. Maledicite very close to a grab hit. We almost have 5 ults up as far as Fresh Orange is concerned, and none for Drunken Disorderly. So it'd be interesting to see how aggressively they push. Stella's in fairly deep as far as Interface is concerned, and he is able to take him down pretty early. Meanwhile, Magikarp going for the flank. Domenius is unaware of it, and Bolinator and Magikarp
big pick on Grim.
attack him, but he's able to get up to the other high ground.
Oh, what a reflect there!
Magikarp going for the supports, but the team is peeling them pretty hard, and he's forced to back up. Drunken Disorderly are looking pretty grouped here, coming in only with the Blade. However, we have all 6 ults up for Fresh Oranges. Mr. McQueen is contested by Interface and is taken down because he's forced off the high ground. Bolinator and Grimhilda are in pretty deep but unable to find any picks they need. Meanwhile, Interface is sort of playing around the backline, is down on stealth. The grab is in, it finds a few. The pick is down from Magikarp, but both grab surges go off, not really getting much done either way. Drunken Disorderly are up on picks at the moment, and they are going to sort of seemingly be able to get it.
Oh, and there goes the res.
He is off by B-Boys. So the Nano Boost comes out on Polygon, and the Blade follows it up. Grimhilda's getting boosted, but is unable to really do much. Polygon also, interestingly enough, it finds Grimhilda, but didn't find particularly much with the Blade. However, although the res is in, it looks like Fresh Oranges are going to aggressively push this, with Interface finding Magikarp in the backline. Interface moving on to Stell as well, while Polygon helps finish him off. And it looks like right now, the Fresh Oranges are just going ham on the backline. We have Bolinator in, finding the pick on B-Boys, which is quite strong, but the rest of his team is just being focused down in the backline, and he's really not able to get much done. He sort of turns around and sees the rest of his team dead. However, Grim is able to take out Interface, while Polygon is getting backed up. Gets taken down himself, while Bolinator's coming in to find Maledicite, who's caught very off guard and out of position from his team. The picks are going sort of either way right now, but it does appear to be going in the favor of Drunken Disorderly, as they are able to push it through the choke and get in. However, Fresh Oranges are regrouping pretty steadily, and as a result, they're able to sort of get the positioning they need here, regroup, and it looks like they're going to be taking the fight too.
Magikarp is taking it from the background, trying to oh, there we go, destabilize the background. And there goes Demetrius. Nice kill there.
It's a strong pin from Bolinator.
Bolinator is going for the Mercy now. Gets taken out.
Yeah, staying alive due to the Bionade, and it looks like right now Fresh Oranges are playing on the aggressive. They're trying to focus down Stealth, but he's able to fly in between, and is not really getting contested right now. Although Fresh Oranges are finding the picks they need, Drunken Disorderly are slowly pushing up while it is in overtime. So Stell is very close to a res, but he's also particularly low. Not taken out yet. The res is almost there, but Stell does get picked up. Meanwhile, B-Boys has the ult he needs, but it looks like right now Bolinator's purple. He is getting taken down. Magikarp comes in just for a slow contest. The Blade is up, but isn't really able to find anything due to the fact he's just within so many teammates. Meanwhile, Domenius just
taken out, and there goes overtime.
And the first
I'm sorry, everybody, but this is my cat Peanut, and she's been playing around with the systems. I'm really sorry.
You should let him/her comment.
Yes. What do you think about those plays then, huh? What do you think about that, Peanut? Purr. That's a good one.
I would imagine what it's trying to say is that Fresh Oranges acted like a well-oiled machine.
Isn't that right, Peanut?
Most apt comment.
I think so too. Peanut, gonna go now? You gonna mess out with my stuff? That'd be great. Thanks, man. You see a tail bobbing about.
Interface is just sort of able to freely attack Flaming Jays as he wishes, not really getting any peel there, which definitely hurt them to a certain extent. I think as far as the match sort of went, Fresh Oranges were just able to play the dive the way they wanted, due to the fact that the support positioning sort of lacked the peel that it required to stay alive in that sort of scenario. And as a result, that enabled them to just play the way they wanted to and just be the aggressors in every scenario, even on defense. just showing how strong the dive composition is all around, especially on defense as well.
Excellent. All right, now the second round coming up with what's it called? King's Row. I don't know why I brain farted there for a second. The next one is going to be King's Row. Let me set that up.
It'd be interesting to see if they decide to change up their compositions to a certain extent or just run similar ones that they have. I think as far as fresh oranges are concerned, they're going to probably want to keep running what they have been running, considering A, how strong it is, and B, how effective it's been. As far as Drunken Disorderly is concerned, considering that they have so many subs, I think they might even just change their tactics up to see if something else works.
All right, I'm going to go down to both teams and see how they are. Everybody who is muted right now in this channel, please feel free to get off mute, just to talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah, feel free to get off.
Yeah, get off mute, everybody, now.
Wow, was
Hey,
that good?
what you guys
You're
think?
allowed to get off.
There was some good plays there, like
Some proper plays.
Dimitius, those good snipes. They were fun to spectate, and Interface just running around zapping everyone. That was quite good as well.
Well, Interface sort of had the freedom to do that, didn't he?
I'm going to go see
Yeah.
the other teams, see how they're like. All right, what's up?
It was sort of like he was just there, just
Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody.
Thank you.
Now,
Wait, what?
are we all ready for the next round?
Yeah, bring it on.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I do apologize. My cat has been jumping around, so in the stream you will see a cat.
Oh, we are not watching the stream. We have different matters on our minds.
All right. Anyway, I mean, when you watch it back, you will see cats.
Ah,
All right.
okay.
Next
Very
thing.
good.
All right. I'm just making sure you're ready. Okay, I'll go for the next one. Ready? All right, team. Well done, everybody. Good push. Good push. I need to ask: is everybody ready for King's Row?
Sure.
I think we are.
You all sorted?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to casters then.
All right.
Well, good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Thank you.
1 second.
because like, what have you got? You got like a Winston ult, you got a Genji ult. You probably aren't putting a Nano with it.
All right.
Like the only thing you've got there, I guess, big terms, it's like a Genji ult that could find a lot, or a big Res that could find a lot, I suppose. But there's nothing else that's really setting up much. I mean, we had Gravs come in, but just the way the style of play works, it's just we didn't really see much go with it to a certain extent. If they were running like a D.Va instead, which is arguably stronger, then you see even less of that. It's just sort of like, oh look, the ants ran into each other again.
Yeah.
Trying to get my cat to do a trick. Come on. Come on, Peanut. Nothing? All right. Never mind. All right, everybody. Are we all ready for the next round?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Smash that mute button, boy!
Peanut, what are you doing? She's just gonna go sleep in the bed, I guess. Captains, come on, talk to me. Yeah, boy. All right. How about other captain?
I think you might have to leave a message at this rate. Host is forcing start.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Oh wow, we have a full set of spectators. Look at that.
All right. Now, round 2.
Now entering King's Row.
Exciting times.
All right.
Right, so now here's where it gets confusing. Okay, so Drunken Disorderly are now in red, and Fresh Oranges are in blue.
Yes. That's where the switches are.
Just to confuse people.
Just to fuck with them. All right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go
Just to
check
fuck
out...
with us as well.
Just to fuck with them. All right, I want to see how they set up. So I'm going to be over here checking these guys out.
So you watch out, you're
Oh,
a bit
shit.
of a voyeur.
My bad. Hey! Somebody followed me.
Don't tell the police that one. Alrighty.
It's so weird they can't see me. But I can see
we
them. Ooh, we have a Sombra! I want to see this.
Spicy. Maybe this one won't fat finger her ults all the time.
Shut the fuck up.
Now
No,
that-
I've switched my binding now. I've switched my binding now, so there's no longer Fat Finger or Sombra ults.
what was it, like 3 in 1 game?
3 in 1 game. Hey, that doesn't mean I can't get my ults up like super fast. I'm like the king of
I
super
suppose.
ults, super
You're
fast
just,
ults.
You're just giving yourself a handicap.
I am.
Just
Just sometimes.
to make things fair. Okay,
I really like
so-
the skin, by the way, Wahoo.
Right, we've got Drunken Disorderly on attack.
I'll enjoy the
Interesting
quiet
to see sort of
quietness.
what they're running here. So they've actually they've gone in with their sort of their Zarya, their Winston, their sort of semi dive with the Pharah.
Look at their sneaky little positioning in the fucking entrance. You sneaky little shitheads.
I can't. No, I refuse to believe that he can't be seen there. Like,
Oh, and there
there's no way.
goes.
There's no way. There's no way this is gonna go well for Fresh.
Oh.
There is. I'm sorry. No. Oh my lord.
I need healing.
Yeah, of course you need a healing
Right, so-
interface. You're
yeah,
that close.
Fresh Oranges. I'm not sure really. What
Grim's
their
on the
plan
point,
was
kicking
there.
ass.
Yeah, so already we've got Grim just going in and just getting the aggression down. Polygon gets taken out, and the
Taking the
point
objective.
straight away goes to Drunken Disorderly.
Be ready.
Call me-
Once again, it looks like Drunken Disorderly have shown to be the least disorderly team.
I know, right? Oh, it's so good.
Fresh Oranges are coming back in, but already B-Boys gets taken down by a strong nade there from Magikarp. Magikarp also gets traded in. Stell's getting chased a lot here, and Domenius isn't getting taken down when he needs to be. However, it definitely looks like, especially that we have Mr. McCree in the backline getting
What a
hit,
shot by
Stell's
Mr.
able to
McCree.
back out.
I am kind of biased. I am watching the Sombra.
And Bolinator is surviving, somehow staying alive due to the heals from Stell. Polygon goes in. Surprisingly enough, Drunken Disorderly, although they are winning the fight in terms of picks, haven't been quite as powerful as you would expect given the picks they got early on. B-Boys comes in, doesn't quite have the res up, only 55%. Notice how Stell already has his res up and
And
ready
Grim
to
is
go.
on fire, not to mention that Vulnerator's on high energy. And there goes the point. Look at that.
Yeah, points down fairly quickly. I honestly,
And Grim's
I have
having
no
a quick
clue
little
what-
snack.
I'm taking
I can only assume that Fresh Oranges just wanted to deliberately throw that first point. I genuinely have no clue what they were doing.
I mean, I understand it was for the banter, but come on.
Well, you would hope it was for the banter, otherwise it's pretty embarrassing.
Mm.
But anyway. So Stell's the only one. Bolinator actually almost towards a grab, so it'd be interesting to see sort of. They don't really have a combo, but it'd be interesting to see sort of what they get done here, especially since B-Boys doesn't quite have his res up yet.
Magikarp going around the back line. Look at that. Ready.
Playing aggressive. Yep. Domenius
Magikarp.
playing aggressive. Interesting enough, McCree is just in deep. B-Boys is found by jump from Grim, whilst Domenius is getting the picks that he needs, is not really getting taken out. The ult is out. Magikarp is taken down by Polygon meanwhile as he goes in a little deep and Stell is getting pressured, able to escape however. Gets pushed into the corner and possibly taken out, tries to escape and fails, and is taken down by Domenius. Fresh
Oh,
Orange
the
is-
bomb right on Grim.
Big pulse bomb comes in, Flaming Days is taken down by Polygon, he's getting the resets he needs, and it looks like right now also we're going to see Bolinator going down despite having his grab up, and that's going to hurt him potentially. Magikarp is caught very out of position, but Stell is there to back him up. Drunken Disorderly are sort of pushing in here, but are backing up. They're leaving it and they're taking it back. But now they have a really strong positioning, now they have control of the choke. McCree goes up, changes his mind, and comes back out.
Grim goes in
Goes
for the nice jump.
Yeah. He has the ult up, and he does use it.
Oh, there we go.
Aggressive.
And here comes the
Visor is in
follow-up.
from Magikarp as well. Pushing Maledicite, who's forced away. His bubble is up to protect him, but he does go down. Domenius coming in aggressive. Meanwhile, Interface is taken out the backside as he tries
Good
to
picks.
push the
Good
support.
picks from Magikarp.
The res comes in
Oh,
from B-Boys,
fuck.
only finding 2, however. However, we do have grabs on both sides. Grab 1 goes down. The
With an
is
EMP.
in. Interesting enough, okay, so the picks are in. Mahuga does get 1 pick and is forced to use an EMP and takes out Bolinator as well. But right now it looks like Drunken Disorderly
Oh,
is
and there
becoming
comes
very
the ult. Here comes the res.
The
bringing
res is
in-
in also.
Bringing
Yes.
in the people for the push. What a good push right here.
So everyone is here, they're playing super aggressive, and it looks like they might just be able to aggressively push this in. Or however, we do have, as far as Fresh Orange is concerned, we have the grab, we have the blade. They're gonna be, I think, especially aggressive to use this, given the fact that the res has already come out. However, wait, so the point is contested, so I think they will be coming with a grab and a blade here. So the res is, there it is. Now, it's a big grab as well. The res is out, so they can't do anything. I think they're gonna, to a certain extent, be hurt by that as far as Drunken Disorderly is concerned. The Nano Boost comes in on Bolinator, doesn't have particularly much energy, so really isn't able to get much done. Grim is purpled, however, pops his ult to counter it. Domenius is in aggressively on Bolinator. Bolinator just trying to get the picks he needs, but it's forced down by Domenius and Polygon, and will probably be taken out here. And he is taken down by a dash reset. Grim is in way too deep, and he is also going to be taken out. So interestingly enough, what you see there is the res on face value looks like it can be useful because it gets people back for the fight. but obviously not doing the ult economy that they need and realizing, well, they're going to have a grav, they're going to have a blade, which they didn't even need to use, and that res is just going to hurt you.
We've got Mr. McCree a little bit in the front line, by the way, trying to pick off anybody going farther. Magikarp's coming in. Oh, there's a little sneaky Tracer.
I think this goes back to your comment earlier about the momentum thing. Like, on face value, you say, like, oh, you res 2 people there and you keep your momentum going. But,
Yeah.
like, that's useless because now you have no ults and they have a grab. Like, momentum means nothing if you're all
No,
gonna get
exactly.
caught.
No, that's actually a fair point. You know, now that you put it in that perspective, I agree. I completely agree.
It's like, when you're running Zaryas, like, ults suddenly become a lot more important. Like, usually when you're running full dive, it's like ults are sort of, yeah, you use them when you need them. But here it's sort of like, if you don't have that economy down, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, especially when they're trying to make team fights. And we're seeing Grim's caught out of position and sort of being taken down.
Interface taking in the back line. Oh,
He's able to escape. And right now we're seeing quite a lot of ults up as far as Fresh Orange is concerned, which is really useful for them, especially since they're going to want to win these next few team fights. A minute is left on the board, and if they can stagger these ults successfully, that's going to definitely help.
what I'm actually impressed about is how far back they pushed that. Look how far they pushed back the enemy team.
Well, they've been able to use their aggression, I think, to sort of just get up to the choke where they want to fight him. They don't want to play too aggressive, considering that they do have a really, you know, their spawn is a long way back now. But
look at Interface,
right
way
now,
offside right now, waiting for the backline. She's going to try to get that that Mercy.
He's definitely looking for a pulse bomb. Stel doesn't actually quite have his ult up yet, but Interface probably assumes that he does, so it's a sensible decision. He will have it up in a second. We're seeing 4 ults. We've got a Grav as far as Drunken Disorderly is concerned. None for Fresh Oranges, but they do have the Blade. The Grav comes in. We do have a res as far as B-Boys is concerned, and he's hiding on the left side, potentially going to come back in. However, he's going to... No, he doesn't get taken out by the Visor, and is able to get 2 reses off. Meanwhile, McCream is just able to sort of stand in the front line, get the picks he needs. B-Boy's ducking, dodging, and weaving. 1 res is in from Lordstone on Magikarp and is able to get the whole team back up. But Hugai goes down, unable to use his ult, which is going to hurt them. Interface still has the pulse bomb up, but right now it looks like Fresh Oranges just are being taken out, despite the fact that they have 4 ults in the bank. However, despite that, Demedius is stalling, so whether or not Fresh Oranges will be able to come back and get the picks that they need to win this team fight, taken out by Magikarp with McCree over on the right side getting uncontested. However, Polygon does go after him and try and get it on, but he has Stel on him, he has that Mercy, and right now, Drunken Disorderly are just being able to push it in for free.
It feels like they're just trying to stall the point at this point.
Oh, certainly. I mean, right now they're just trying to keep it stalling since they do have ults coming in, but the Polygon hasn't been taken down, so Fresh Oranges could actually come in and use ults. We don't see a Dragon Blade though, and we see the grab.
No, there's the grab.
Dragon Blade. The grab only finds 2. Stel is not caught in it and almost has built a new res. Demedius gets the nano on him, potentially goes after Stel, trying to take him down before he can get the res off, and he is able to find the big pick. And right now, it's actually looking very bad for Drunken Disorderly. They are in overtime, so they need people on the payload. And Fresh Oranges have come in. Demedius getting 2 picks, and right now, as far as things are concerned, there's pretty much no ults across the board. However, the blade is in finally from Polygon, and he's able to use it to clear up.
Interesting use of ult economy there.
Yeah, so we noticed from Polygon that he basically refused to pop Blade until the end there, and that definitely, I think, as far as Drunken Disorderly were concerned, they should have punished them, certainly for that. I think what hurt them a lot was that Polygon was able to stay solo on that payload right at the end there for like 30, not 30 seconds, but like 15, 20 seconds, enough for the
considerable amount, exactly. That's the thing.
Longer than he should have been. Considering he isn't getting passive heals from the payload, like, because he's not on attack.
No.
He had no healers with him. They have a Winston, they have a Zarya, so even with his deflect, he should go down fairly quickly.
Because the thing is, you noticed that as well. Was when he was on that payload, there were people actually looking at the choke instead of looking at who's on the payload.
Well, absolutely, and he was there for long enough to get the rest of the team in, but also, despite that, he was able to not die. He not only stalled, but he backed out. So they come in with a Grav. Stel gets taken out because of a Winston nano that comes in before he can get the res up, and then Polygon's just able to ult for free and just clean up essentially. But for a long time, it's like not many ults came out as far as Fresh Oranges were concerned, and they did have less of a man advantage. So it looked like
correct me if I'm wrong, but the Genji blade comes out quite quick.
As far with the Polygon blade,
I'm saying that like a Genji ult comes out quite quick. I mean,
it depends. Yeah, it depends on how you're playing it, but since there aren't like particularly many tanks, it could be like the way he's obviously going for the attacks on the supports in the backline, so it's not going to come up as quickly as it could if he's just spamming chokes, but it does come up quick enough that you should definitely have it synchronized with the grab surge for sure. And we actually saw 2 grabs in a row where he didn't follow up with a combo. Now obviously it didn't hurt them because
interesting position by Mr. McCree over here, by the way.
Yeah, so he's set up. I mean, he's obviously going for a bit of damage early on, but he's gonna have to move fairly quickly as soon as.
They've got a Reinhardt, and they're not setting up at the point. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's the choke. There we go. All right, and so it begins.
Okay, so now we're seeing, as far as Drunken Disorderly are concerned, on defense they're running Reinhardt with a Winston, which is interesting. That's sort of a double slot fill. However, Interface comes in very early, gets on Stell, and he is taken out, not finding the peel he needs. Mahugai gets taken down, so it's sort of a fair trade as far as we're concerned right now. Magikarp is just looking very split. He doesn't have the Mercy on him, obviously, because Stell has been taken down. And right now, Flaming Days is also looking in a bad position with Polygon just on him and gets taken down. B-Boy's finding the pick on Soldier. Meanwhile, and Grimhilda also goes down due to the fact that there's obviously no...
Oh, double kill there from Polygon.
And Magikarp's just feeling out of position and will also get taken down. So just textbook clean tape by Fresh Oranges.
I'm securing the objective.
Oh,
Anyone
who's
want to
contesting?
join me?
Clear the point.
Magikarp. Oh, B-Boys gets.
Lost.
My apologies.
B-Boys gets a really strong pick, actually. That's very useful for them. Catching the respawn, sort of going to split them up pretty bad. Interestingly enough, Fresh Oranges aren't actually pushing this, despite the fact that the enemy team, as far as Drunken Disorderly is concerned, is missing one and are pretty heavily split. Magikarp's going in over
They're setting
the
up
top.
right behind the choke.
So now the Fresh Oranges are running a Torb Rissa strat. No, not a Torb Rissa, a Bastion Rissa. You see, I'm so unused to seeing Bastion and a Rissa at once that I just assume it's a Torbjorn with it. You know, Grim's pushing up really aggressive, sort of realizing his mistake and looking very bashful as he sort of backs up back to the choke. No, hang on. No, we do have a Torb Rissa. We have a Torbjorn, a Rissa, and a Bastion. So we have a Rhine, a Rissa, Bastion, Torbjorn.
Grim's got the hammer down.
Now Grim's coming in proper aggressive, looking
Oh!
gets slept. That was a massive sleep. You can see him setting up on a hammer, but not able to take.
You even
down.
heard? No, you could hear the animation as well.
Mowing people down. Oh yeah. And Interface is just mowing people down. Magikarp's coming in from the backline, just trying to see what he can find. Going after Melodicite, the barrage comes in, but is also taken down by Interface, not able to take him out in time. Meanwhile, Stell and McCree are just split on.
Daze gets completely wasted there. B-Boys.
But not in a good way.
No, in no good way.
The Visor has come out from McCree in the backline, finding the Torb, but gets purpled, so Stell and McCree are just forced to back up, and this is not looking good for Drunken Disorderly. They're somehow able to get back to their team. The Shadow comes down, finding Wahuga, but no one follows up for him. Meanwhile, Interface is able to just spam freely from payload. Takes down Bollinade.
There comes the res.
Stell comes in with the res, but Grimhilda has just been found off the left side. However, does pin Melodicite. Although he didn't have an ult up, so it doesn't hurt them too bad. Right now, the entirety of Drunken Disorderly have just been split completely. Pollinator sort of grabs the D.Va to go for a last-minute stall, but right now they're just pushing it in for free.
Complete. Final score 2-1. Victory.
I think certainly Fresh Oranges were able to sort of make up for that absolutely dreadful start they had on the map, and certainly turned it around in style, I think it's fair to say.
That's an understatement. They're like a well-oiled machine, that last one.
Helden sterben nicht.